Oh, hey, how's it going? Just thought I'd slide in for a live stream. How's everyone doing today? Happy Friday. Feel like I was just here since I did a live stream on Wednesday. If you missed that one, I was introducing the introducing. I was talking about the launch of my new super mega illustration pack for Procreate with Retro Supply Co. And if I was good at my stream situation, I would have that graphic up. But is this it? There it is. There's my graphic. If you don't know about this and you use Procreate, I got a treat for you. And for, I think, until the 15th, for the first week, you get 50% off with the code Piascik Power. So you can check it out. There's been a Procreate, and there's been a Fresco and Photoshop version for a while now. It took me a bit to finish the Procreate version, but I'm happy to say that it is finally here. And it seems like people are enjoying it. I've been enjoying playing with it. Let me take a sip of my water. It looks like there's a good amount of people in the chat. I see lots of blue names, which means those are my amazing channel live stream moderators. I appreciate you so much. How's it going, Skippy McHaggis and Jenna Hess? Is Diana Lisa here too? Yeah, Diana Lisa, good morning to you. I see lots of channel members. Shout out to all of my channel members. During the stream, you will see their names rotating on the screen. Not all of them, the super supporters and above, whose names I draw and include in all the videos I make while they are active members. If you're interested about channel memberships, there's a link below. Channel members get access to members-only videos. We do members-only virtual hangouts, which I know that I am late scheduling the next one. July is a crazy month for me. It's the only month that I teach in real life, and I was I taught I teach a class for the illustration MFA program at the Harvard Art School, and it's a low residency program, which means that the students only meet a number of times a year. And during the summer in July, they're on campus for like 2 intensive weeks. And one of those weeks is my class, and it's like Monday through Friday, all day, every day. So that just completely eats up a week of my life, and I gotta prep for that and then put other stuff off. Anyway, July's crazy. That's why I haven't scheduled it. It's not that I forgot about you. We're gonna do a hangout soon. So in today's live stream, let me get this off the screen. I don't want to keep doing that. Let's just talk. Hi. You may be thinking, hey, weren't you wearing that Misfits shirt last Friday? And I'd say, listen, sort of. It's a different one. I'm gonna have an old man rant here for a second. Shirt sizing is wild and out of control right now. We've got very conflicting things happening. We've got people who are trying to get these like form-fitting shirts, and then we've got these real boxy shirts, and that's like the new thing, and you never know what you're gonna get. And it's crazy. The other thing is like, so I usually buy an extra large t-shirt. In case you were wondering, that's the size that I wear. So I bought the other one, and it was teeny tiny. You may have been watching the stream and been like, hey, that shirt looks a little too small for Chris. And listen, I feel like an extra large should be big enough for me. I'm not gigantic. I'm a pretty large person, not huge. Anyway, this is a double extra large, 2X, 2XL. Look at this. This is not, and look, it like barely comes down. Like this is my weight. Like what are we doing here? How is this a 2XL? And no, it's not a children's shirt or a women's shirt. This is a men's double XL. All right, it's out of control. What are we doing here? This is a live stream. Is this the content you guys came for? In today's live stream, I am going to be drawing names. I do these from time to time. We've got some systems in place. The systems are that I do them first come, first serve, though people are able to jump the line with a super chat of $20 and up. Before the stream even started, I did see that there was a super chat, I think. Which, let me see, what do we got here? Yep. Jipinowity. Let me try and say it. Japini W204, which is a channel member. Thank you so much for being a channel member. And it says it's their third super chat. That is very nice. Thank you. I appreciate you. And we got another one from Carmen. Thank you so much. I haven't even started anything. I'm ranting about shirts right now. And we got chats coming through. Anyway, I had an idea for a new well, no, someone suggested that I do a shirt that says good talk, because I always say good talk at the end of my videos. And I put a mock-up for it in the community tab. So at some point today, go over there and let me know if you like it or not. And if you think I should make the shirt. Because I want to like actually do some shirts soon, not like the on-demand stuff. Like I want to have some printed. I know I'm going to regret it because you got to order a shitload of shirts and have a big stack of them and you never have the right sizes, but at least I'll have control over the whole process. I'll be able to pick shirts that I like. Okay. So let me just check in with the chat and then I'll draw some names. There's so many. How could I even do anything? Let's see. Good morning, Julie22, Daryl, nice to see you, Kohiko. So many familiar faces. Don't forget to use the promo code Piascik Power. Jenna Hess mentioned it in the chat. If you were going to get either the Procreate, I hear a rumor that it also works with the Fresco set too. So if you wanted the Fresco set and you didn't get that yet, you can get 50% off. Skippy, you said these packs are amazeballs, and I'm not paid to say that. It's true. He's not paid. In fact, he's less than paid because he's being a supportive channel moderator. So he's like actively spending his time helping me. He's not getting anything for it but the glory. So we appreciate you, Skippy. Good Chad, nice to see you. Fernando, Docs, how's it going from Switzerland? Moonlighter said, heck yeah, it's a crispy Piascik stream. Will, hello from the International Space. I don't know if you are trolling me, because I believe if you're the same Will last time who was saying some hurtful things to me, I believe you said that I looked like a pufferfish. Okay. Trent said, I have 50 plus shirts and I wear 3 of them. I hear you. I hear you loud and clear, and I stand in solidarity. Moonlight, you said you just got back into art a few months ago with how accessible digital illustration is now, and you're so in love with drawing stuff. Amazing. Thank you. That's awesome. Yeah, Carmen, if I wash and dry this shirt, game over. It'll be too small. It will be like a crop top. And that is outrageous because it's a double XL. It didn't get any longer. It just got wider. Like, who is this sized for? A giant baby? Okay. Goxer said, how are you going to print the shirt? So I'm going to have them screen printed probably by my friends at Mammoth Print Shop in Alabama. I've printed shirts with them for literally 20 years. I used to do a lot of shirts. I haven't had new shirts printed in a long time because it's a hassle. Shipping is hard. Uh, Keeping stock, ordering shirts, and then realizing that nobody likes the design that you made and not selling them sucks. But I'm feeling a little bit more confident since I started this YouTube channel 2 years ago. Just such a great audience here. Things actually sell more in my shop, and I can get some direct feedback from people here and in on Discord and from my members. So I feel like I could have a more informed choice and be able to make some cooler stuff without the fear of just boxes of shirts that I just have forever. Milk Crate, you said you received the tablet, and thanks for the freebies in the box. You are more than welcome. Well, during last week's live stream with my friend Kirk, we did a giveaway. I gave away a XP pen magic drawing pad, and Milk Crate was the winner, and she received it. So thank you. Thank you so much for winning that contest. There's proof that it was real. Enjoy life in Sweden. Thank you. You said you love my work. Amazing. Okay. I guess I have to start drawing something. Park, thank you. Okay, so I am going to start with the super chat because those are the rules. Okay. Oak Park. So it's for a high school. Okay. Generally, I avoid, I just like to draw names, because I don't want to be over here trying to, be doing free logos or whatever, or $20 logos. What do I look like? Fiverr. But for school, I will support a school. I'm okay with that. Let me switch over to my iPad. So, real quick, these are the newest super supporters on the channel, and because they were just done, they are not added into the rotation yet. So I just want a special shout out Brad Nolan, Recreative and Co, and Reggie Williams. Thank you so much for becoming super supporters. I appreciate you. Okay, so let's get a background up here. And let's turn that off. And let me just write this down. I'm over here trying to sketch, and I'm realizing I'm doing white on white. Okay. Oak. What's my... Okay. Oak Park. Wow. Graphics. Sorry, I just got really distracted. Okay. Now I can go back to the normal chat. Brendan White, thank you for becoming a member. Live chat. Okay. Good Chad with the jokes. Do we have an astronaut in the chat? Okay, the first one is tricky. Let's see if we can do something. I'm not going to do anything with the oak because I do not remember what an oak leaf looks like. And that's the obvious thing, so we're just going to pretend it is what it is, and we're just going to try to do something fun. Okay. Oh. Maybe we can you do something with like shapes. Like some angles like this. And then like split it up into 3 letters, and the P-A-R-K. And then we'll figure out graphics afterwards. Bad idea, probably, but we'll see. So let's turn down the opacity here. And then maybe like just do some big bold letters in here. So yesterday I recorded a really long video that I do not know if it's going to be watchable. I sometimes will like think I have an idea, and instead of like planning it out like you should do to, do YouTube correctly, I just, the ADHD takes over and I just start, before I know it, I'm like recording, I'm doing this thing, and I'm like, oh, this is probably a bad idea. Anyway, the concept was I was going to like harvest old drawings and like take pieces of them and make them into something new. And I was just doing it, and then I like finished a drawing like before I even got to color, and it was like an hour long, and I'm like, I don't know who's gonna watch this, and I don't know, like I'm sort of talking the whole time, so I don't think it's, I don't know. That's my question is, what do I do about that video? Okay, so I think that's kind of cool, but maybe we can do like 3D thing going the like opposite directions or something. I don't know. I'm just sort of winging it right now, trying to figure it out. Maybe oak can come up this way. I think this could be fun-ish if let's merge that down and then maybe just like give a little bit of angle and then do something fun with the graphics. Like maybe come in here. Nope, don't like that at all. See, I remember I was like, hey, it's gonna be a bad idea if we wait to figure out what we're gonna do with graphics. This is why, because we don't have anything. Let me move my monitor so I can see if I'm missing anything. Adam, you were talking about shirts come in tall options for. So, I have some tall shirts, and I've noticed that any shirt that I get in a tall is more of like a slim fit shirt that I hate. Especially the ones, I don't know. The other thing too that I forgot to complain about with this shirt is like, it was already like I had to buy this shirt because the Misfits were like my favorite thing when I was a teenager. I still would like say that they're my favorite band, like the early, like the 80s Danzig era Misfits. I know this is very niche, but like this shirt is a reprint of like an old shirt, and it's like this horror business shirt, which is like, was my favorite. Like I wanted that shirt real bad back in the day. It was hard to get. And listen, I'm gonna be honest with you. I bought this freaking shirt from Old Navy, and that is so bad. But like, whatever. The other thing too is like the Misfits are long gone. Like the Misfits today are just, the are just being dragged through the mud by the worst. Like they're still touring with like this guy Jerry Only who sucks, and it's not like I care about supporting that. I just listen. I'm trying to defend it. I got an Old Navy Misfit shirt. All right, so let's. Really upset about it. I'm just trying to be honest with you. All right. So I think we can make this work if we just play with like the angles. Why won't you rotate? Okay. I think we just make it smaller. And then I know you're wondering if this is going to work. This is the most chaotic I think I've been on a live stream so far. I wonder why. Okay, so I think we can like do something to tie this together with like maybe some shapes. I'm gonna like put an outline around this and then maybe do some like squiggles, and it's gonna work. I think it's gonna work. Just believe in me for a second. Let's blow up our sketch. Rotate it a little bit more. Bring down the opacity, and let's get in there. Brendan, there's no such thing as too vanilla to draw. Thanks, Will. I appreciate your feedback. Glockster, you said you could look into DTF transfers and a heat press, great option for short print runs. Jenna, rude Jenna. I have heard a little bit about those things, but I don't know too much. I would be curious if you have information about those, like heat transfer direct to garment things. I know they used to be kind of bad, but I've heard that they've gotten better. And if it's something that looks good and holds up like through the wash and stuff, I would be down to try that out. So I'm trying to do like a kind of loose, wiggly lettering, but still boxy here. I feel like it's goes with the oak vibes. I don't know, like organic, sort of nature-y, little wiggly. I am getting this like screen print setup thing with like a laser thing that is being sent to me to test out. I have to like make some videos about it, but it looks cool. And I'm excited because if that makes it so I can screen print again, that might change things as well. All right. Now let's 3D-ify it. So so what was I gonna say? I was gonna say I have like a weird video coming out on Tuesday, I believe. So there's this other art YouTube channel that I'm sure some of you have heard of because he's got just an incredible amount of subscribers. But I think his videos are kind of fun and pretty funny, even though they're not like my style in terms of work. It's Sam Does Arts, I think it is. Anyway, he does more like realistic stuff, sometimes even like anime stuff, and I don't like that kind of work doesn't resonate with me, but I do like the way he makes videos. But anyway, he's done this series of videos where he like reviews art tips on TikTok, and they're kind of funny and I enjoy them. And I was like, I wonder if there's like any like lettering or like type TikTok tutorials. And lo and behold, there were. So I did a video doing that. And I realized as I was doing it that part of me like felt bad if I was like too critical. So I wasn't that critical, but like, you know, didn't, I corrected some issues on some of them. But I was like, am I a jerk? I don't seem like a jerk when he did it. But so I don't know. Hopefully that video doesn't come out and everyone's like, you're the worst, I hate you. And then my channel's over. But honestly, I'm not that mean about it. So we'll see. Good Chad, you said you like his style of videos too. Alfonso, you're saying definitely use the X tool system. So that's the thing that they're sending me, which should be here soon. I'm excited to try it. So we'll see. I'll be making a video using it, making some stuff. I don't know what I'm gonna make. Also, another update on stuff. So those like SpongeBob punzines that I made with that weird combination of my inkjet printer and like the Go-Go prints. Anyway, they sold out really quickly, like in one day, which I was really surprised by. But I didn't want to, like, because I did them as like a limited thing, I didn't want to do another set exactly the same. So what I did was I actually got another run of them Rezo printed. And they're currently being printed by a place that was recommended by the Good Chad. Thank you so much, Good Chad. They're printing more SpongeBob zines. These are fully Rezo printed. They're slightly smaller than the ones that I made, just due to the constraints of the system. But yeah, I'm excited about that, and I appreciate the referral, the Good Chad. Delete layer. Okay, so I'm going real slow today, but we're gonna speed up in the next one. The first one is always slower because I'm trying to figure out what I'm doing with my life in terms of drawing. I gotta get in the flow state. It takes me a little bit in the morning to get into the zone. All right, so this one I just think, because what we've got going on here requires a little bit of the wiggle treatment over here, just to pull together these a little bit differing styles. I don't know. I just feel like it needs something to make it cohesive, because it's a little different. But I think it turned out okay. I hope that you like it. I still don't know how to say your name. But we got super chats coming in hot. I was not expecting that. Let's see. Let's go to Fan Funding and see what's next. Chris Pino K, you said you will like it if I draw your name. Well, thank you. But we've got a system here. We got rules. I got to start from the top, or do this. You know, the super chats are cutting everybody because good morning talks. Okay. Wow. Chaos. Carmen, you are next. I'm gonna draw your name, Carmen, and we're gonna do a good job. Let me I'm gonna write it down because I don't want to forget how to spell it. Ooh, excuse me. C-A-R-E. No, M-E-N. Carmen. Okay. Let's go back to the live chat. Okay. Let's see. I can't. Let's do like super chunky, but also sort of like script type situation. Like, let's get this chonkerific C. Maybe we could do like one of those like lowercase a situations, like this, maybe. Oh, then the R. Like, these letters are just want to flow into each other. We got this little M. We're going to tuck this little M up here like that. And then let's start to curve it down to match this curve. I think we're going to have to extend this a little bit further. Like that. Well, this came together quickly, but I think the C needs a little bit more substance over there, and then maybe tapers a little bit more like that. I like it. That worked out quickly. Okay, let's just make it better. Sometimes when I'm doing something like this, once I've got it close, I like to make some little guides to like figure out, maybe to just smooth it out and make it more intentional in terms of how I want it to look. Like I want the C to sort of, no, I want it to taper off a little bit. So planning that out ahead of time, that's not what I want. Will help me be more like intentional with the letters, and then like this curve. And then I just have like a rough structure to help finesse. I think this one, let's use my crispy liner for this one. So, because I just feel like it shouldn't have a rough edge to it. Too small. So the crispy liner is in my Retro Splico set, and it's like, it feels like the classic inker, but without the extra grit. It's got that same pressure sensitivity that I really like, but sometimes I just want a cleaner line. But I want this line to taper, so I'm going to redraw that. I forgot to switch back. Okay. There we go. See? What a nice, satisfying taper you can get with this brush, but it's not hyper sensitive in terms of pressure sensitivity. All right. And this chunky R. Chunky I counter, R, counter. Like that. All right, I guess we gotta come in and commit to this line that I was hesitating on. And then this one. Let's see if I can get it. Oh, look at that. Can you believe it? You can't tell if it's lumpy. It might be a little lumpy. We may have to fix it afterwards. But when you're doing this style, you gotta have it be perfectly smooth, because it'll lose its perfect chunky flow. Like that, we had a little lump in there. I don't want any of those lumps. Runman Designs, you said, love my videos. Thank you so much. Recently found you and you've been binging my videos. I love to hear it. Thank you so much. What else is going on over there? Carmen, you said you are an elementary school teacher, so your art skills transfer well into your job. Awesome. That's fun. I don't know why I said fun. You are a hero for teaching elementary school kids. I would die. Okay. Delete. Yeah, it's not, this is not perfect right there. We got to fix that. What we're going to do is just bring down the transparency and then just try to redraw this line. And it's like figuring out which angle is going to be best to get it. So I end up rotating a lot. Howdy doody. This is the type of line that's easier for me later in the day, once the caffeine is worn off. Because right now, oof, I got shaky hands. You know what? We're going to try it in 2 pieces. Got to get it right. Can't let Carmen down. Close, but no cigar. I don't know what that means. This must be great to watch me draw the same line over and over again. Okay. Cool. Okay, so now we'll just come down to the line below and just erase what we don't need. Grab that. What in the heck? Oh, we're on the wrong layer. I was like, that's not what I selected. Okay, erase. Opacity. Boom. Carmen. Okay, that is good. I just want to do one more thing to this. Because there's like a couple, like there's that little negative space down there. I need to fix that a little bit. I think if it has like a thick border, it'll just make it feel, I don't know, a little more solid. I don't know what that means. I just feel like it needs a little border. So it will allow the thin lines separating the letters to stand out a little bit more because there will be like a thick border like around the whole thing. So then we could focus more on like the separations between the letters, if that makes sense. And if it doesn't, it doesn't matter. Just be like, oh, okay. Okay, so now we can merge that down, and then when I fill it in, you'll be like, oh, I see what you did. I see what you did there. That does look a little bit more, better. More better. Cool. Thanks, Carmen. I hope you like it. Altag, thanks for joining. Glad you like the stream. Okay. Charlie said you wonder if Sam does art is watching your stream right now. Doubt it. I still feel like I'm like a baby YouTuber, but I noticed it's pretty. We've got almost 70,000. That's pretty good. There's something weird over the subscriber thing on the thing. It's driving me crazy, and I can't fix it now. But anyway, I gotta go back up to the chat and see who's next. Fan funding. Brendan White, you are next. Let's switch back to the sketchy and write it down so I spell it right. BRENDAN. A-N. White. Were you making a vanilla joke because your last name is White? Or were you just saying that it's a simple name? It's not about the name. It's about the style and the letter. I don't know. I was trying to make a thing there. It didn't happen. Let me switch back. I'll tell you, said, at what point does YouTube adulthood begin? 100K? Maybe. But then I feel like once I get the, like, so I don't know. When I started the channel 2 years ago, my goal was to reach 10,000 in a year. And that seemed like a lot. And then I hit that quickly, and it's grown a lot faster than I thought. But it seems like the higher it gets, the more I'm like, it's not, I don't know. 100,000 feels like amazing right now, but I know when I get there. If I get there, I'll feel like whatever. Maybe it's okay. All right, what are we gonna do here? I think I'm just gonna start doodling with the word white, and then like see if we can do something with Brendan to go with it. I don't know. Doing some like wiggly, blocky at the same time letters. Not sure why. It's just where things are taking me right now. Maybe it was intuitive because I knew it would be a good way to tuck the I and the E into the space left over from the T. Well, I think I like this the shifting baseline thing happening here. I think it needs to happen elsewhere. Like maybe the E or something like that. Let's refine. So, okay. Let's be more intentional with these curves. I kind of like it makes it look a little bit three-dimensional. I think what I'll do is fill in these lines and then like erase out of them to see if we can like play around with the baseline thing and then finish the letters off. No, not like that. I don't know if that is going to work, but that's what I want to try to do. So I'm just going to close these off. This would have been easier with a non-pencil because it's going to be annoying to fill, but it's whatever. Those are the cards we were dealt. And the cards that I drew. The cards that I drew. What am I talking about today? Holy moly. Okay, so do that, and then and then maybe like this, like that. Just, you know, trying to have it, just trying to make like a little bit of a rhythm to it, if you will. Okay. I think that's good. So we can sketch in the rest of this. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna make these parts of the these little arms of the E longer, and then we're gonna just come in and erase them to that angle, maybe. I'm gonna make the middle one a little smaller. I don't know. I don't know if that was necessary, but when we finish it off a little bit tighter, I think it'll look good. Whoops. All right, let's figure out what to do about Brendan. Diana Lisa says that 100K is very shortly impending. Thank you, Brendan. Wow, Yash, that is rude. You are so rude. Jericho, we've got a system in place here. I gotta start at the top, and then the only way to cut the line is the super chats to keep it fair. Try to keep this fair, but there's already a long list. Things are. I guess I need to do these more often. All right. Maybe we could do like a smaller, like skinnier version for Brendan. That's too much, but I don't know. I'm just winging it right now. This is super loose. Not sure. We could also do like a 3D thing with this to give it more size to balance out the longer word, the longer first name. And then we could do something more straightforward for Brendan. I think that maybe is better to let it be less complicated. And we could do some just kind of fun script. And it kind of flows with the rhythm, I think. I think that'll work. Okay, so let's tighten that up. Merge down. Double check the spelling. We're good. Delete that. Delete that. I'm being mindful. Oh, you know what? I forgot that I have top view as well today. I don't know if this is good or not. We're seeing my microphone wiggle. Not ideal. Maybe we'll do this for a couple minutes. We'll see. Okay. Do we like seeing it at this angle too? My thought was that I would like switch back and forth to just like keep it interesting, but I don't know. Excuse me. Gwogster. I haven't really been wearing a glove since I got the nano texture. I don't know. It hasn't seemed as necessary, but I don't know. Now, because my iPad is plugged in to my computer to connect, it's a little hotter than normal because like when it's charging, it gets a little bit hotter. So now I'm feeling like I wish I had a glove on, but it's The other thing is I lose them. Like I can't keep track of them. They're just gone, and then I'll put on a pair of pants and then find one in the pocket of one. I'm like, oh, hey, there's a glove. So there's that. Especially before a live stream, I'm always like doing other stuff, and then I run out of time before when I'm getting ready. And I'm like, oh, I don't have a glove. So who knows? Okay. Thanks, Brandon. You said you like this camera angle too. It's interesting because sometimes, like I used to do less screen records in my videos, and people, like some people complain and say, "Oh, I want to see like what your hand's doing," and then when I do videos like this, um, people will be like, "Oh, it's just do a screen recording because we can't see your screen as well." And it's like, okay, well, but I try to switch between them, but it's it's a lot of work to like sync it all up and have all these different angles. But it seems like no one's ever satisfied. Well, no, that's not the case. It's not no one. It's like some people are never satisfied. A lot of people are. And I have to remind myself of that too, because like I, for a long time, I was trying to respond to like every single comment on my videos. And I'm at a point now where it's not as possible due to time and getting more traction, but I try to. And sometimes I find myself like responding first to like the negative stuff. And I'm like, listen, why am I doing this? I should use this time to respond to like someone who actually enjoys my videos. So I'm trying to learn and grow. But sometimes those haters, man, they just get my attention. I don't know what the question was, but Jenna's answering something and linking my email address. I don't know if you were responding to someone named Jesus or you were saying Jesus. Oh, it is soul custody of Jesus. Okay. Yeah. Hopefully, whatever that issue is, I can help. Okay. So I'm like sort of copying this here, but I'm also turn the smoothing down a little bit. Also tweaking a little bit, like this R don't love, so I'm gonna draw it a little different. But I want to keep it like loose, so it looks like it was like intentionally drawn quickly, but just quickly in a way where it just worked out perfectly. It's like trying to find that balance of like spontaneous, I guess. I don't know. Like natural, just like quick, but it's also nice too. I don't know what I'm saying. Maybe you know what I'm talking about. Okay. I do need the glove today because I'm activating layers inadvertently with my hand. Okay, this just needs a little bit more. Meat there. Brendan White, I hope that you like this. Thank you so much. Let's merge that down. Let's delete that. Ah! We pasted my good talk thing. Okay. Delete. Let's switch things up. Let's go back to this for a minute. Okay. Leonardi is the next super chat. You have Leonardi illustrations. Did you want me to... Sorry, I had a thing keep popping up on my screen. Do you want me to just draw Leonardi, or is illustrations your last name? I know it's not your last name, but what do you want me to draw? For now, I'm going to write down your name. I like just writing things out. I can't help but like tuck the E into that part of the L. Ridiculous. Leonard. Let's go back to the chat and see if you go. So it looks like that this Leonardi is the last super chatter, so I can go to the top of the list after this, unless there's another one. Live chat. Is Leonardi still here? Gwogster says, smash the thumbs. Smash it. Oh, Zach Leonardi. Okay, cool. Z-A-C. Thank you, Troy Custer. Oh, Jenna saying that the person wanted to know about my iPad holder. So this is the Sketchboard Pro 2. I have a couple videos about it. I think the video is like my favorite iPad accessory. So check that out. Definitely like my favorite thing, my favorite accessory for drawing. I also have the dartboard, which I like as well. But you know, I think it's great. Okay. What are we gonna do here? Maybe we can like do something fancy with these the Z. I guess the problem is the Zach is so short. So not you, like not you're short, just the word short. So I don't think that's gonna be good. Let's move that to the side. Realize that wasn't good. Maybe we can do something fun with like just the letters just being like bold or something. Maybe it could connect them. I don't know. Sometimes the really short words are harder for me because it's like, what am I going to do with this? We could do something like real. Oh, I know what we could do. Because it's so short and just 3 letters, we could do like something super bold and then have like Leonardi and script over on top of it. So let's make a structure. I'm going to grab the square here. Just going to make a quick little grid thing and divide it up. And then let's see how we can kind of chop this up very simply. I think we can make it more interesting, but that can be this can be our initial framework. So let's maybe make it a little fancier, like maybe this A can curve like that, and then maybe this C can have like an interesting shape like that. Let's see, and then maybe okay. I think that might be good, but I want to, before I tighten it up, I want to do the script Leonardi over it to see if I need to adjust like where these like counters and letter separations are, because that might change things. So I'm gonna bring down the opacity a little bit. Let's see. Yeah, I think we might need to make some tweaks here. Okay, so maybe this pull that down. What am I doing? Boy, howdy. Okay. So let's rotate it. I want it on an angle, but maybe it can be a little less aggressive. Okay, so now if that's like that, let's see if we can do this. We can make the Z work. Maybe we can make it work like without interfering too much. And we could do it in like a separate color. Even though I try to do these things black and white. Well, you know, we could have a outline around it or something. And then maybe this tail on the L can just be a little bit shorter like that. And then this part of the A can be a little bit lower. Okay, I think we'll be able to make this work. Joe, you said, does it bother you to work on an iPad without a glove? Usually not. I used to always use a glove. I haven't found it as necessary with the nano texture. If I knew where one was right now, I'd probably wear it. I notice it more when my iPad is hot, when it's like being charged. It's not hot, it's just warm because it's plugged into the computer, so it's like getting a charge from that. So there's that. It's usually not a big deal though with this. It's not as important to me as it used to be. Okay, so I'm gonna make this, I'm gonna like carve it out of a block, like block lettering. And I kind of want it to have a little bit of like texture or something like that. So, or just like not be a perfect shape. So I'm just gonna like squiggle out close to the shape that I want. Like I don't want it to be a perfect rectangle, but I want it to be close. So I'm just doing a bit of a wiggly line. Okay, and now I'm going to do a layer on top and then draw with white. And just like carve out the separation between the letters. You said Soul Custody said this reminds you of lino cut. Yeah, I mean it's sort of that relief cut type situation. This is called block lettering, where you're making letters, like carving them out of a block. I'm gonna make this counter of the C a little bit lower than the sketch, just because I made the A lower to fit the to make room for the last name. I'm just trying to use like repetitive shapes as I'm cutting out these letters just to make it more cohesive. So this like sort of a little bit of a bulbous end to it. I don't know. Okay. So you know what? So I'm gonna load that white layer as a selection, and now I'm gonna erase it. Down here. Man, I have been using Procreate to get the brush pack ready, so it's making me have to like re-figure out where things are. So I'm gonna load this as a selection, and I think it needs to be a texture also to help with the legibility of the name. So I'm gonna just go over to, I'm just gonna grab a Rezo brush from the Rezo set and do like I'll do 80%, and then I'm just gonna make it real big, and then grab black, and then on a new layer, I'm just gonna fill this in. Let me switch back to my screen so you can see it a little bit better. Okay, and now we need to finish it off. So let's maybe we could just do the Leonardi lettering in white, and then it won't look weird when it goes through the middle parts. Okay. Need to go a little bit thicker. think this is going to work, especially because the O is like right at that connection, and I think that'll make it less of a problem in terms of legibility. I think we just need to be mindful of how it happens right here. And we can just kind of scoot this D over a tiny bit. Okay, let's turn that off. Let's turn this up. And I think it looks okay. It's a little tricky. I wish there was a little bit more separation. So let me just try one thing. I'm gonna duplicate the Leonardi lettering and then make it black. And then let's pull it down. A little bit like that. But I don't want to keep it like that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to merge it with the original layer. So let's see that. I'm going to pump it up a tiny bit more, just exaggerate that little connection, stuff like that. Like that. And now we can load this as a selection. Actually, let's make it even more final. Let's load the white lettering as a selection and then erase that from this. And then make this a selection. And now on a new layer, we can get a texture. And you know what? I'm gonna go for something different than the Reezer one. I want it to be a little more random. Actually, you know what we could use from the effect brushes in the set? We could use this ink roller. Let's see what size that is. Oh, this might be too light. Yeah, because I think that one's gonna be too light. Let's do a different one real quick. Let's just go to one of the texture brushes and do like trying to think what will be ideal for this. Pretty messy. Let's make this big. I think we can just do like a combination of some of these to just get like an overall like printy look. Make that a little bit smaller. And then once more with just like an overall light one, we'll do like this this color distress one will probably work well. Just to fill in some of that a little bit more. I think that's kind of cool. It's very different from the other ones. Hopefully you like it, Zach. Thank you so much, Chuso. Hopefully I said that correctly. You said you started using Fresco. You have a big problem when you're animating things. Get busy error code 2 strikes and I lose the progress. I have never heard of an error code 2. I am sorry that's happening to you. Are you using Windows by any chance? Because I've heard that the Windows version is a little buggy. Mostly because Fresco was built from the ground up for the iPad, and then they adapted it to Windows. So, it's, you know, Troy Custer, you are next. Let me just get rid of some of this stuff because my file got out of control with Zach. Troy Custer. Okay. Let's go back to the chat. Tuesday said it is an iPad, and you get too many frames and layers. It happens, and you can't save the progress no matter what. That does not sound fun. I have not had that happen. Have you made sure that both your OS and the Fresco app is up to date? Also, if you are making something that's just going to be an animation, then like the file resolution can be much smaller because you can't print an animation, so it's not really that beneficial. So keep that in mind. If if your document's like 5,000 pixels wide and you're doing a complicated animation, hold on a second. That's going to be really processor intensive. So you don't need to do like high resolution for animation because it's only going to exist on a screen. All right, what are we going to do for Troy Custer? Maybe we can do some fun organic-y shapes that sort of flow together because these letters sort of do that, like the O or something. I don't know. Oh, maybe we can like do the whole thing like this. Just start fitting it all together and having it like interact. Then maybe this Y can become the T in Custer. And maybe this Y can come back a little further over here to balance it out. Well, I think we can do something with this. Let's turn that off. Let's move this over. Let's make it a little bit smaller and work on this shape. Figure out these problem areas that we got. Geez, you said you're using an iPad Air M2. That sounds like a beast. Like you shouldn't have any processor problems with that. I have opened up some of my more complicated animations on my iPad mini and it's fine. And your M2 Air is more powerful than the iPad Pro M1 that I was using forever, up until just recently. So that shouldn't be an issue. But maybe it's a file resolution thing, yeah. So if your files are huge, resize them for your animations. Okay, I started just going over there and I realized that's not what we want to do because I need to figure out the Y over here needed to come up a little further. So yeah, we got to figure this out. Okay, so we know we want the T to flow into the Y. So maybe just the Y needs to just come back a little further. And then maybe the R. Oh, someone asked before if I use the squeeze thing. I do, and then sometimes I forget, and then when I remember, I'm like, oh man, I need to keep using this because it like is so much more efficient than going over there, because like it just pulls up the menu wherever I am. And I think I just have the muscle memory from not having that for so long that I have to like get myself to not go over to the menu, because it is such a time saver to not do that. And it's just, you just get in the zone and you do what you've been doing forever, and it's hard to break those habits. But it is such a good feature, and once I get myself to stop going over there, I think the issue is I've spent so much time over the past few weeks in Procreate getting my new pack ready that I'm like readjusting back to Fresco. So there's that as well. But yeah, that squeeze feature is so good. So I exaggerated the top part of this R and like just sort of emphasized the right side so that because we're making these letters so like wonky and pushing the limits of the shape, I didn't want it to read like an A. So like when you're warping letters a lot, you really want to think about what makes each letter unique and make sure that you're not compromising that part of it, or even more so, like that you're emphasizing the thing that makes it different from other letters. And an R and an A can be very similar. So just doing little things like, maybe pulling this shape, emphasizing the right side more than the left side will help it read more like an R and not an A, because it's putting that weight over there. And then you could like, do things with the counter to make it more clear, like maybe have it more of a straight edge on one side, kind of round that over, and then it's like clearly an R and not an A. Unless Troy's from Boston, in which case we want it to be an A, because he could be like, I'm Troy Costa. Get it? Okay. I think we solved the problems here. I think we are ready to tighten it up. Troy Costa from Boston. Alex, you said, did you ever have a 9-to-5 job, and how did you decide to kick it to the curb? I have a whole video about that, but I will give you the cliff notes now. I did. I used to be a graphic designer. I went to school for graphic design and worked at a couple studios for the first 5 years out of college. The last studio that I worked at in Boston with Troy Costa in Boston was what I imagined my dream job to be back in the day. And it was great. While I was there, I started a daily drawing project just to get myself to draw more. And I would just like make a new drawing every day and post it online. And after about a year of doing that, I started getting random project inquiries from those drawings. And it continued to grow and grow. not to a point where I felt like I was going to quit my job, or even had it in my head that I might quit my job. But at the time, this was in 2009, the economy just like tanked and we lost one of our bigger clients. And I got laid off, and I was like, you know what? Let's see if I can make it as an illustrator. I didn't want to go back to like a corporate design job. Like that job, I was doing like stuff in the music industry, and it was just it was great. I liked it. And I knew a different, like if I got another job, like my first job out of school, very very boring stuff. I was like doing stuff for like Yale Medical Group and like banks and stuff like that. Uh, Not fun. And I was like, I can't go back to that. So I decided to try to give it a go as an illustrator. And over 15 years later, it's still working. Funny enough, I like didn't even think it would be possible. And there was never a year since I lost my job as a designer that I made less money than my design salary. Even the first year when it was slow. It's just, uh, it's been easier because I don't know, the more you work at like a design job or whatever, like you're um, got a set salary, so it's not like if you get a big project, it doesn't really help things. And one big project can really, change things for your income. Um, so I don't know, but I do have a long video where I break down that whole situation and how it happened. If you were interested. For some reason, that video has actually been blown up a bit lately. It's an old video, but it's like getting traction. It was a very slow build, and now it's like one of my more popular videos, which is kind of cool. Q Edwards, you said that's what happened to you too. Yes, sorry, Runman designed. These streams used to be where I would just go to, first come first serve, and then I had to adapt things a little bit because people wanted to do the super chat thing, and now it seems like it ends up just being that. But I don't know. Maybe I should do these more. They're fun. It's actually 12 o'clock. It's been an hour and a half. I don't think I can do any more after this one. Hopefully another super chat hasn't come in. I got I'm still, although the channel is growing, it is not at a point where it's like, sustain it. Like it's not, it earns some income, but I can't not do other work. So I got client work to do, pay the bills. Maybe that'll change if the channel gets a little bit bigger and I can worry less about that. But I kind of like this Troy Custa. Hopefully you like it too, Troy Custa. I'm sorry I keep saying your name in a Boston accent. You're probably not anywhere near Boston. I was just, how did I go? Oh, because the R was starting to look like an A in my sketch. I think that's how it happened. I'm real quick gonna do what I like to do, where I put these all up on the screen at the same time, just to, let's just see what we did together today. Like to see them all together, see what the variety is. Let's get in here. Let's move Troy Custa up here. There you go, Troy. I got Zach. We'll put Zach over here. Brandon. Common. I'm out of control today. I apologize. I am a lunatic. I forgot about this Oak Park one. That seems like 2 days ago. Zach. We gotta make Troy a little smaller. He's taking up all the space. We made those. Let me make sure that I'm not missing something. Yeah, Tommy, he's a real pisser. Will said, once you achieve 500,000 subs on YouTube, you can think about becoming a full-time YouTuber. It honestly doesn't seem like it would need to get that much. It's already doing better than I imagined. And that paired with the fact that I'm able to sell things in my shop better, it's closer than you would think. Eris, you said, what's your resolution do you use though? It depends on what I'm doing. This file is 5,000 by 5,000 pixels. I tend to like that size range for even if I don't have like intentions to print something, it gives me the ability to print, and I have better brush control. I find if I go below, I don't know, 3,000 pixels wide, I feel like I don't have as much control with the brush. And I only tend to work that small if I'm doing something that's animated. Jackie said, laughing at the accents. Thank you. Thank you, Alex. Kevin, greetings from Italy. As much as I would love to stay here and draw names all day, I can't. I gotta go do some other work. And also, I would have to keep things fair, start at the top of the chat. And there's so many requests. There's so many requests ahead of you, so I'm sorry. I will do this again very soon. Make sure that you are subscribed and you got bells going, so you know next time I do one of these, and you could be here and ready. Yeah, I appreciate all of you. New videos on Tuesdays. Check out that shirt design in the community tab after this. Let me know what you think, if you think I should make it. And if you do think I should make it and you would want one, let me know in the comments with your shirt size so I can sort of get a feel for a size range that I should be ordering, because that is very difficult. Nisha Day, Norwalk, Connecticut. Connecticut in the house. Toodaloo Daryl, thank you all, everyone. Runman Design, so glad that I'm keeping you less bored at work. Okay. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Jackie. Thanks, Illustrating. Okay, I gotta go. Bye. Smash the thumbs on the way out. Do the heart thing. Like and subscribe. Do the channel stuff. Go look at that shirt. Tell me what size you want in the comments on that shirt so I know. Thank you, Diana Lisa. Thank you, The Good Chad. Thank you, Jenna Hess. Actually, no thank you, Jenna Hess, because you called me a poser. Thank you, Skippy McHaggis. You are all the best. See you later.